Going on, Joe fans? Centex Collector here with another finished 3D printed model here, this time of the tiger shark. So here's the OG from '88 for comparison's sake. And instead of doing, some people were talking that I did the orange, it looks like candy corn, instead of doing the brownish here. I never really cared for this brownish reddish color. I wanted the orange to tie back into the Tiger Force logo, which I'll show later. And I changed up the logo. There's the original. I didn't do that logo, but I kept the rest of the stickers except for the United States flag. I figured with this curvature, it's hard because I'm actually 3D printing these decals. These are obviously stickers. I don't really care for water slides. They don't work really well for me, or I don't know what I'm doing, but whatever. I like to 3D print them. So there's the original, and then we'll get into my print. And you can see we got the figures. I got foot pegs. So I actually did the water moccasin. I just didn't. I put it on TikTok if you want to see it. I didn't like the way it came out, and I didn't realize there's two different parts or variations or revisions. So on the one I printed for the water moccasin, these like wings were separate pieces from this bottom rear part, and then this one it's tied in together, so it was convenient. But so I put foot pegs on these, and I basically took my Amazon stands and got the measurements. It looks like I was probably a tad off, so I've actually updated it to add 1 millimeter there, but you can see the guys are standing on there. Just have to be careful because it's PLA, but there is the foot peg. And yeah, it looks like I had my foot peg slightly too small compared to the stand. So I've updated that in my 3MF file from Bambu Studio. But there we go. So, and then the cover art, I noticed the box art had Bazooka in the driver. So I was going to put him in there, but it's a kind of a tight fit, and he's a bigger. I mean, I probably could have got him in there, but I just put Duke in there for now. And then they had Roadblock over there in the cover art, and then they had a Muskrat. From what I remember, he wasn't Tiger Force. And then they had, I believe, Spearhead or somebody here, but he wasn't Tiger Force either. So that's odd that they put people on the cover art who weren't officially Tiger Force. But anyway, let me get these. I'm gonna take him off here. I just want to showcase that those foot pegs do work, and actually work pretty well. But I went ahead and updated the file to increase it the height wise a little bit. I know the original was in clear, but I decided to go with black. This removable, so you can actually see the figure and actually take in and out the figure. I didn't glue this down because it would have made it almost impossible to get a figure in, so that's off. But I could have did the clear, but for me the clear translucent PETG doesn't come out clear, and I know I could do it in resin and go through the whole thing of buffing and sanding. I just didn't want to go through all that. I just felt the black looked good with the tiger stripes. All this is Bambu PLA, so we got the white matte PLA ivory. We got the orange basic, the yellow basic, charcoal black matte, and then on the decals, yeah, we got, well, this is the red, dark red matte, we got dark blue matte in the decals, and I think that's it. But the main colors are white, orange, red, and black, and then we got blue in a few of the decals. So, man, this thing just came out really good. And like I said, on the revision, there's two different turrets too. The first turret down the water moccasin didn't have the peg running through here with this weapon is more circular. The other one didn't, so that's different. And the turret was different. I started to upscale those from the revision in the original WoodTechArmory files on Etsy. So WoodTech has the water moccasin itself. And then the decals are all me. So if you saw my tigerfish video, I redid the eyes. So these I created. I did a different mouth, because obviously the one on Tiger Shark was different. This isn't true to the Tiger Force. What I did is I took Tiger Force decals and converted to PNG and SVG. So these are from the original. These I felt looked better in my opinion. And then I took this I didn't create these. Somebody else created this Tiger Force. I just scaled it appropriately for this model. But you saw my Tiger Fish. I used the same Tiger Force. This is more like an updated Tiger Force logo. So that came out really well. I used the 0.2 millimeter nozzle for all of the decals, and then 0.4 obviously for everything else, because I really wanted that detail in the decals. United States down here I made like the original, the G.I. Joe. I think I found the G.I. Joe somewhere, and I just extended the stripes to go out like the original Tiger Shark. But I didn't reverse it. Maybe someday, because I think one side is like reversed where G.I. Joe's over here and the stripes are going that way. But I didn't do that, but I felt it looked fine anyway. Your turret is going to rotate. Got Outback in here. Just kind of have to mush in if he has anything on his legs or waist. And then the tiger stripes, I actually hand painted myself. So the white, orange, yellow. So obviously this printed all yellow. And these are 2 parts because my printer out of the band. I printed this. The small parts I did on the A1 Mini. The bigger parts I did on the P1S. Obviously the hull is too big to fit on the P1S. The P1S is 10 inches squared. Just barely, but I may be getting a new printer in a few months that's going to be bigger. But anyway, so this was yellow. That's easy. But here I did the color swap right from yellow because I have the AMS. So I did the color swap and I printed vertically. So it's better than the Tigerfish per se, because Tigerfish had, do at a diagonal. But when you print up and down, it's easier to color swap and it takes less time per se. So you got the yellow to the orange to the white. I miscalculated my orange here, but it's not horrible. And I was pretty close here. There's probably a way I could assemble it and do it better. But this isn't... Does it sit? Yeah, so that's why I miscalculated, because these don't sit. You see this one? The 2 parts here, the rear, this one's more forward, and this one's more backwards. That's probably why I miscalculated. But I fixed it in my file if I do another one. Yeah, not horrible, but whatever. And then, again, the tiger stripes, I have acrylic paint markers. The first paint marker, I ran out, I had to get some others. So this new paint marker I got isn't as good. So it wasn't as good as the other paint marker, but it ended up getting the job done. The turret actually will come out. And I kept the tiger stripe down in there. And here, this will pop off. And I kept the tiger stripe going. I could have been lazy and not do that, but I figured I might also do it right. And then this will turn. For some reason, this file, I need to make that smaller going forward because it's tight there. I probably should reprint it, but we'll see. Actually, I don't think I can, because then I'd have to... Well, I could pull this off and reprint it if I wanted to. And then I did the same here. I made sure I brought the tiger stripes down. Again, I could have been lazy and just did the front and kept the back yellow, but I figured somebody takes it off. And then here, same thing. I kept the stripes running, but both those sides are detachable. And I think this part is a little too small too. So when you put it on here, I can see there is a difference back there. But anyway, that's a model issue, not a me issue. And then if we come to the back here, we got the fan. Like I said, unfortunately, it's kind of rough because this piece I probably need to downscale a little bit with this different top. It just different sizing issue. Got the fans here. I probably should have used, well, yeah, these aren't moving like I was hoping. Probably because this arm here is too small. But anyway, they're there. And then here's the other side. So, yeah, man, this thing came out awesome. I haven't seen anybody do a tiger shark. I mean, I love the Tiger Force. A lot of people don't like Tiger Force or Python Patrol or the sub-teams for some reason, but I dig the Tiger Force. So now I've done the Tiger Shark and the Tiger Fish. I think I may do the Tiger Sting next. But yeah, man, this thing came out good. And it's gonna look good in the collection. But yeah, there we go, guys. There's the Tiger Shark. Basically the repainted water moccasin. Like, comment, subscribe. JJ out.